again, but going against a Farsa, you want to go for some.
Did they pick up the Yuzong, or is that too early?
Game Yuzong might be the pick here. I do agree.
Okay.
I'm wondering what is going to be picked up here. They have a lot of heroes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Onic Esports, they're the team with the most unique picks here in the MPL. So Lapu can be picked up, Balman can be picked up, we can see the Yuzong, we can also see something like the Nathan or perhaps a
Lancelot.
Yeah, even a Lancelot pickup for the side of Onic, but Lilia, Chang'e. Yep, that's again, so many different heroes for Onic Esports. The Chang'e here picked up for the side of Onic Esports, as now we are going to enter the second banning phase.
Yeah, I mean, this Chang'e pickup is actually also really good from the side of Onic Esports. It has the ability to kind of mirror the range coming in from Farsa somewhat, especially with the Yve off the table. Farsa, I mean, the Chang'e is actually a really good pick. I mean, it has been used quite a bit here now in the playoffs, and to much success. The ability for the burst damage as well as the DPS and the kiting capacity coming in from Chang'e is just too good to let go. But now we will be seeing what Onic Esports will ban in the second phase. Will they be banning something similar to game number 1? But it will be the Lancelot ban coming in from the side of Onic Esports, respecting the Lancelot from Albert. So even though Rrq wanted to see Albert on a more difficult, challenging type of hero, someone with more high mechanics like this Lancelot, it will actually be taken away from him in game number 3 as well. As we're going to take a look at the second ban of the second phase here, the first ban coming in from Rrq Hoshi. Who will it be? Will they be banning out that Yuzong, knowing that this Yuzong can actually penetrate the defenses of Rrq Hoshi, being able to go into the back lines, or will it be something else?
There's a lot of potential, and with the Chang'e now, they really can't go for those like run and gun steamroll type of composition because they'll be stopped by perhaps a falling star moon as well as the meteor shower. So a lot of issues for Rrq Hoshi if they want to play with their usual dive in and run over strategy. But now banning in the Bane, banning the Benedetta from Onic Esports.
4 bans! Onic Esports, 4 bans towards Albert, man. This is what? Ling, Hayabusa, Lancelot, and Benedetta. Dang, man. Okay, we get it. Holy, 4 bans for Albert. That's just crazy, Eterna.
That is next level respect there coming in from Onic Esports, and we're just gonna have to see if it actually works or not, because like I keep mentioning, and like we keep mentioning over and over, I think Rrq Hoshi is actually a really difficult team to ban against, because Albert has still so many other options, but it will be the Nathan also taken out of the box here from the side of Onic Esports. And now, what will they respond with? It seems like they already have 3 magic damagers now, so I think they need a little bit of physical damage. What are our options here?
If they want to go with the same, idea, the same composition they had in the first game, they really want to have at late game presence, but without the Yusen Shin or Aldous available, or the Nathan even. I really don't know what exactly they have in store. They could go for the Granger. Yeah, again, the Granger is possible, but it won't have the same kind of impact. It won't have the same kind of late game threat that a Nathan, Aldous, or Yusen Shin can bring in. So we'll have to see. Are they going to mirror RQ's strategy and go for a carry? Oh, it's gonna be the Granger.
Yeah, taking up the Granger, eliminating the heroes again for Rrq. So 4 heroes banned away. We've seen the Granger pick up as well. So basically 5 heroes denied from Albert, and the only hero left in his arsenal, technically the Paquito, can still be Flex. So he still has that, but Roger is also... Oh, wait, Karina, first play. This is the first pick up for Karina for the side of Rrq Hoshi. This is going to be the debut. Karina. This is Albert's debut on this hero here. Karina, first time being picked up by the side of Rrq Hoshi, and Claude as well. This is the first time that Zin is going to be playing it in the gold lane.
This is scary though, because again, there's a lot of targets on the side of Onic Esports to actually, pick off from the Karina. So there's a lot of options here. But as always, well, not as always, but as a previous game, Rrq Hoshi does have a lack of engage tools. Perhaps the Paquito, perhaps the Ruby, but again, the Ruby is a bit short range, as is the Paquito, and it's not as reliable as what we usually see from Vin. So we have to see what the last pick from Onic Esports is. Will it be Lapu Lapu?
Will it be the Lapu Lapu? No, it's going to be a Brody pickup for CW in that gold lane. So the double marksman setup for Onic Esports, the mage and the marksman for Rrq Hoshi. R7 is going to be the one playing the Paquito. Last time we saw Paquito played by R7, he was nasty, man.
And now actually for the side of Onic, they yet again have a very good late game composition. They have 2 marksmen, they have the Chang'e as well. That is a lot of late game damage, and it is on the shoulders of Rrq to try and push the tempo and actually end this game as fast as possible.
Honestly, guys, I don't like this draft pick coming in from Onic Esports. I think they have too much magic damage, guys. They have the Esme, they have the Matilda, they have the Chang'e as well as the Brody, and they're so squishy. I mean, so much target practice for Rrq Hoshi right now, and honestly, I guess it just depends back onto the gameplay as we're going just in a few moments here into game number 3, because guys, the stakes are high here. Let's go straight into the land of dawn. Game number 3, Rrq going against Onic. The question stands, can Onic take it 3-0, or will it be Rrq finally with the comeback, with the better composition, in my opinion? But we're just gonna have to see. Support your team, Viva Rrq, or hashtag Go Onic.
Yep, and you know, see, with the composition of Rrq, they really have a lot of chances to get more momentum, because once they get rolling, there's a lot of options. Your Clay getting pressured really hard in the mid lane, but as we mentioned, Albert can snowball. Sin can actually snowball once he gets, once he gets a bit more resources and he has his core items. That Blazing Duet onto all these squishy members of Onic Esports will be devastating, so we'll have to see. And even before that, the pickup potential and the pressure that R7 actually is bringing into that side lane with the Paquito, we'll have to see if he can make any kind of crazy flanks and catch off the members of Onic Esports off guard.
Yes, so we're just gonna have to see what happens in the next few minutes, because honestly, under level 4, I think Onic Esports has the upper hand in the mid lane. So maybe they can use this to their advantage and the aggression to maybe snowball into the later stages of the game. But we're just gonna have to see, as Vin here seems to be opening up some vision, some information for his team, and CW will actually be forced to retreat very, very early on. Very, very premature retreat here in the first minute, almost second minute. But now, Rrq Hoshi kind of has a little upper hand in terms of gold. Maybe they have better discipline, but wait a minute. It seems like Albert is not in bad situation and will be taken down with first blood. And that is a point for Onic Esports, but they won't be stopping there. They will be going aggressively with the flicker onto Vin, and Vin, will he be able to expand the damage coming in from Vin? But no, it will be Vin taken down as well for Onic Esports.
Yeah, the torn apart memory from CW just secures that kill, and that is a very costly mistake. This Karina pick, relies on being able to actually bully away the squishier and, less high damage characters, less hybrid characters from this opposing team. But like with that play, I think he's already fallen behind, and Onic immediately push on the tempo and try and get as much as they can from that mistake.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the objective game here, as it will be them putting their concentration as well as their focus onto this turtle. But wait a minute, Sun will actually get got out, and now it is Boot next on the table, and this will be Rrq Hoshi actually taking the first objective.
That's insane. We saw that there was a bit of disrespect coming from Rrq, going into the jungle without proper setup and actually going really, really aggressively as Suns reached level 4, and they got punished really dearly with that Death Sonata. But now, the mistake's on the other foot, because Onic actually went for the turtle without respecting the fact that R7 is on a Paquito and he has a lot of damage, a lot of pressure as well, and he actually made a huge play and, punished the mistake completely.
Yeah, but look at the prediction actually coming in from Boots, going in for the falling star moon onto the bush, but Sans has rotated to the top side. Rhapsody being used, the Retribution as well, as R7 still able to dodge away, but Death Sonata will find its tracks, and that's going to be Sans pulling the trigger to take R7 down in that top side.
I mean, the dominance coming in from Onic Esports right now, it's insane. I didn't think anyone could actually level the aggression of Rrq Hoshi, but it is actually Onic Esports picking up the tempo. But now CW needs to be very, very careful, because Zin actually does a lot of damage, even though it is still very early on in the game. But guys, the turtle will spawn in under 1 minute, and we're gonna have to see how this will pan out.
Yeah, 3 minutes in the game, and Onic Esports have gotten themselves a little bit of a gold lead here, even though Rrq has been the one who took the turtle just now in the top top side.
Yeah.
It is going to be Onic Esports getting the gold buff as well on this bottom side, and actually controlling the map pretty well, even though they lost the first objective though. Vin gonna completely just babysit Xin here in the bottom side, but T-Boy has also rotated with the help of Sans and Drian, so bringing basically the entire team here to the bottom side as well. As Rrq will look to go for the mirror play, it's gonna be Boots taken down that top side, and they're gonna switch, they're gonna swap the roles here. They're gonna swap the turrets, as it is gonna be Onic Esports taking down the turret in the bottom side. Rrq will do the same thing to that top side.
Yes, it will be them just trading objectives here, and really, really good mirror plays, and it will be an objective on the board for Rrq as well. So a clear 1-1 and 3-3 in terms of points, and this is very, very interesting to see, as now Rrq Hoshi seem to be rotating towards this next objective in that turtle, but now the setup is there on the hands of Rrq Hoshi, so they do have the benefit in terms of positioning, and it will be an uncontested turtle actually. But meanwhile, CW hasn't been standing idly by. He has been busy taking another objective for his team in that turret.
1-0-1 for CW. He is a level down, but it is going to be R7 chasing him down now. With everyone rotating to the bottom side, it might be actually huge for the side of Rrq. Forces CW to flicker away. The Detonata comes in, the zone away Clay. From there, the flicker will come in as well, as he does not have the wings by wings. A flicker burnt for that. Also, technically a flicker for CW, so a flicker for flicker right now in the trades.
Yes, flicker for flicker indeed, as we're almost entering minute number 6. And right now, how is it looking, Arashi? And who has the upper hand now in the early game?
I think it's quite even, but the fact is that Albert has 2 kills and he has secured 2 turtles, and if he can get tanky enough that the members of Onic Esports aren't really able to actually threaten him enough with their damage, he can actually play a lot more aggressively, and there really isn't an answer until later on in the game when there's more damage. But here we see a big play coming from Onic Esports.
Yeah, big play coming from Onic Esports to be able to get that turret. But R7 goes to the flicker, and Albert is able to push Sans down right here. He just needs one more dash to finish up both of these players. CW is going to be the first on the chopping block. Killing spree being picked up by Albert, as the regeneration has been cancelled by Keyboy's basic attack. And now Albert will just go to the gold buff, and that's going to be a 1-for-0 trade for the side of Rrq.
Yes, and it seems like they will be pushing up the gold as well. Okay, wait, but it's actually still equal. So very, very interesting right now, as we're going to take a look at the items here in the 6th minute, actually.
Right, we can see in the items that the Clock of Destiny already completed for Clay, and as you can see, the Radiant Armor, and following that, probably the Antikythera coming in for Albert on that Karina. So gonna be very tanky with an insane amount of damage output for a tank. So that is something that will be an issue. Demon Hunter Sword already completed for Sin, and after the golden stuff is where he really spikes up in damage, and that's when, if there's a big, I'm offended engage coming from Vin, he can just come in and clean up with all these squishy members being prime targets for the Blazing Duet.
Absolutely. Rrq Hoshi again in prime position for this turtle, getting the setups really, really well done here. Already pushing in the mid wave, but the meteor shower comes in as well. Drian going to be able to basically, make it hard for Rrq Hoshi to get pressure here onto the turtle, but Albert will be the one starting this up. Albert still in the mid game will have a huge, huge power spike when compared to Sans. This Karina is going to be really, really good in the mid game, but Ranger in the late game will be able to outscale this Karina, I should say.
Yes, definitely. So honestly, Rrq Hoshi, they really need to pick up the tempo, because look at that. I mean, Boots always so busy, being able to split push the way that he can, but look at this, very aggressive plays coming in from Keyboy. But fortunately for the side of Rrq Hoshi, Xin will still be able to get away for now. But I think Vin rotating towards the top side will be looking for a kill, but here in the mid side, actually it will be Albert as well as Clay going very, very ferociously onto the hands of Onic Esports, as now Vin actually will be bursted down, will be forced to retreat, and now Sans opening up that Desonata, trying to zone the members away, but it actually will be Clay opening up the Feather Airstrike to clear up the lane.
Yeah, the wave clears here for both of the mid laners. It is going to be traded again. The ultimate meteor shower for that for the airstrike, but Rrq has made their way to the bottom side. Boots now going to get ganked once again. Strike will be able to burst him down, and that's going to be Boots taken very, very low. Still able to kite around for now. We will see if they're able to finish him off, but Boots actually buys a little bit more time before he's taken down, and that's going to be Rrq losing the top side turret. Onic looking to punish him even more for this, but Keyboy has also rotated. It is going to be very, very hard. Circle Eagle going to go in. Vin has missed the I'm offended, but he's going to be able to stop Keyboy under the turrets. Albert now coming in to go and deal damage on to Sans. It is going to be Albert picking up the kill onto Keyboy, and Rrq will be able to push the pace here in the 8th minute of the game, getting some kills on the board and getting the pressure all across the map. getting also the bottom side turret.
Vin actually uses the Arm of Ender to actually deny the tower by denying the cannon minion. So very well played, and that just ruined the whole plan coming from Onic Esports.
Yeah. Just ruined the whole play coming from Onic Esports. Rrq, no, wait a minute. Vin goes over to Arm of Ender. A lot of damage has in place, and that's going to be Albert picking up an unstoppable as R7 is forced to flicker on the other side of the map. Purple buff still not taken by any of the teams.
Yes, no. For both the teams as of now, it will be Onic Esports putting their focus into their own jungle, trying to make sure that it won't be denied from them, as Rrq Hoshi now waiting for the right momentum to maybe get a pick off onto a member of the side of Onic Esports. But now Rrq Hoshi will be rotating towards this Lord, and now Keyboy opening up the map, going into that area, knowing that Vin is actually waiting in that bush. They need to be playing this very, very carefully, very, very cautiously, because Onic, the damage coming in from them is also very, very high. But look at this, it will be Boots getting bursted down. Sitting on the line of John. CW is next, and look at the damage coming in from Rrq Hoshi. It is just so much, but actually it will be Xin traded back for them as well.
Yeah, the Torn Apart Memory able to snipe him down, but it is going to be the XP laner traded in for the gold laner. I think, honestly, it is going to be worth it for the side of Onic Esports. Getting Xin down is going to be huge right now, and it actually buy a little bit more time for CW to scale up, to catch up to the gold lead that Xin had.
Yeah, for sure. But now, entering the 10th minute, it seems like Keyboy still looking for an opening. Look at the engage and look at the positioning coming in from San. Will be able to chunk R7 quite low there in a little bit. But now, the Lord actually has already spawned in the line of John, and both teams don't seem to be prioritizing that right now. But let's just take a look at the items. Arashi.
Dominance Eyes already secured for R7, and for Clay, the Lightning Truncheon as well completed for those big amounts of burst damage coming towards his marksmen, because again, Granger and Brody, not really a lot of magic resist just yet because of the threat coming from the Karina. Boots has more resistance to it with the Oracle, but again, the priority targets from the side of Onic Esports are still very vulnerable to that feathered airstrike, so if any kind of setup comes in, it'll be actually very important. But for Sin in particular, he has the base items, the core items for doing damage, but he needs a bit more tankiness in order to avoid getting one-shot the way he did when he entered in with the Blazing Duet in the previous engagement.
That Sonata being used again. It is going to be Keyboy looking for an engage right now. Albert able to zone him away. Zen goes in for a 1v1 against Boots in that bottom side. Will go in for the recall as both teams are already setting up for this Lord. Feather airstrike has been popped. It's going to be, oh my god, R7 goes in for the knockout strike onto Keyboy, taking a little bit of HP out of there, but Drian has used that meteor shower. Clay will hit level 12, and now both of the teams are just setting up for this Lord. Onic Esports trying to open up, but it's going to be R7 bursting him down, and that's going to be Keyboy forced to use the regeneration. Without that regeneration, it'll actually buy a lot of time for the side of Rrq.
And they need to be careful here because Vin has the flicker, but the meteor shower shreds them down. Vin now in a weird spot, getting hit with Holy Star Moon as well. But you can see the front airstrike goes in, and R7 dives towards the backline, and he is taken out.
Yeah, man, honestly, I don't know about that. R7 goes for the kill, but it's only onto the Roamer right now. So the Roamer traded in for the XP laner. Rrq Hoshi actually losing on the train, and Drian is almost able to take Clay down with the meteor shower. Boots now going for the Falling Star Moon onto Vin only though, as damage will come through. Albert going for the burst. It's gonna be Zin going for the basic duel over the backside, so so much damage and picking up a double kill. Albert is huge right there with the backup, with the follow-up from Zin. It was just beautiful. Zin and Albert, double aliens showing up here in the grand finals. The third game, as Rrq will be able to pick up this enhanced Lord.
Yep, with that big play, they finally were able to actually secure this Lord, and that was a crazy fight. For a second, it looks like Onic actually got the better of the trades, but that Blazing Duet combo to actually draw away the attention, and at the same time, Albert actually goes in as well, so the members from Onic Esports are just forced to select and pick their poison, and now with the Lord pushing on towards the bottom side, we'll see what Rrq Hoshi will actually do with this. Looking at the replay by the Samsung Galaxy A series, you can see Drian with that Meteor Shower doing a lot, but the Falling Star Moon by Boots going towards the back line is where Sin takes his signal and actually go in with the Blazing Duet, and Albert was just able to secure those 2 kills straight up, no questions asked.
Yeah, you can see the celebration there there from Coach Achil, man. The passion coming in from RRQ's coach as Lord will be able to push down 2 turrets in that bottom side. Now the mid turret is going to be zoned away. I mean, it's going to be the next target for the side of RRQ. Oh my god, Zin goes in for Blazing Duet, zoning everyone away from the turret. It's going to be meter shower pop as well. Zin going for the Wind of Nature. Vin now going for the I'm Offended. CW actually goes for the stun, and Albert tries to capitalize on that fact. CW though has the guiding win and will be able to disengage very, very well, as it is going to be just Rrq Hoshi taking the 2 turrets there in the mid lane and the bottom side for free.
And now Albert taking away the orange buff as well. R7 makes an aggressive play, but again, he is gonna back out because the members of Onic Esports are still there. And Drian's Meteor Shower is a real nuisance here for Rrq Hoshi because they would really love to pick up towers just about right now, especially since Albert is already 15, level 15. Well, it is matched by Sans, but as far as damage output goes, Rrq Hoshi has the lead, but they are unable to go for the objectives because of the wave clearing coming in from that Meteor Shower.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, at this point, RRQ, they're just doing so well. Meteor Shower coming in again. The Zona members are away from the purple buff, but so far, RRQ has been able to take it away. Skiboy trying to steal that very aggressive play, but Zin goes in, and Vin, oh my god, he goes in for the flicker, unfortunately. Oh, wait a minute, Skiboy, circling Eagle, are you sure about that? No, stop! What are you doing? Next on to 1. Skiboy's gonna be the next target. Oh my god! Zin, Blazing Duet to the backside as Albert jumps in. Zin and Albert trying to get the kills right there. Zin goes in for the battle mirror image to get away as CW tries to clear the waves, but that is a 2 for 0, baby.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
That was a very, actually, what a crazy set of events there. Onic Esports were still defending when we saw Vin use the flicker but not get the engage, which is a very costly mistake. But in that situation, oh, actually, I think Albert manages to steal the orange buff as well. But in that situation, Onic gets baited again, as you mentioned, Mirko, getting baited into the tempo of Rrq Hoshi, tries to go for a fight, seeing that they have an advantage. But that is when the Blazing Duet in the middle of a very claustrophobic jungle was just able to Sin was able to use the terrain to actually get a very valuable Blazing Duet and just mops up the floor with the members of Onic Esports.
Absolutely, but Albert, oh my god, so ferocious right here on the Karina. His debut match has been stunning. 9-1-1. This is insane on the Karina. This is the first time, and look at that, Vin with the Athena shield and the Radiant armor, able to tank the entirety of that Meteor Shower. No problems, and regenerating all the way back to full HP, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Feels bad for Drian, man.
It's so satisfying, man. It's so satisfying.
Satisfying, but feels bad for Drian, man. I mean, that is the epitome of Chang'e, right? It is her Meteor Shower, and knowing that the damage can just be so absorbed by the side of Rrq Hoshi will just come into clutch in the next few minutes, as it seems like Zin will be putting his focus on towards that bottom lane, trying to push the lane just a little bit further, maybe looking for the next engage in this Enhanced Lord, guys.
Yeah, this time around, Onic Esports, they still have a very good high ground, but Rrq Hoshi, they have a lot of range as well. They can zone away the members of Onic Esports, and if Onic Esports, you know, they overstep just a little bit, man. The damage from that Phantom, from that Karina, from the Feather Airstrike, from the Blazing Duet, literally every member can catch them off guard. So right now, Vin actually using I'm Offended. Clay gets chunked to half HP. Drian able to use the Meteor Shower to zone them away, but it is already one ultimate used right before the team fight. For the Ash right now, coming in for the damage to support in. The follow-up will be there, and that's going to be the Lord taken away. Zin goes in so aggressively, using the Battle Mirror image, and that's going to be Sans looking for the Rhapsody, but it is just going to be Rrq Hoshi zoning away the members of Onic Esports, picking up a free Enhanced Lord here in the 17th minute of the game.
Yeah, free Enhanced Lord indeed, and the positioning coming in from R7 was actually a little bit scary. If Onic Esports actually committed to that one, I think it would have ended worse than it already is right now. And look at that! I'm Offended just to knock out to 3 members, and it will be, wow, Keyboy actually being the one to get picked off the grid now, and that is not looking good at all, because look at the Enhanced Lord marching down there in the bottom lane, and they are 1 member down.
Man, that was beautiful by Vin. What a play, the flicker, and just honestly, what a read How did they know there were 2 members there? That was beautiful, and I mean
Map hacks.
beautiful by Vin. The map hacks, man. They're so good at reading these situations. So good. But now Rrq with the lead, getting 1 kill on the board. That is their frontliner. The airstrike almost taking Sans down. The Lord will be marching down the bottom side. The inner turret will be taken down. And that's going to be amazing. Duet coming in. Zin popping into Wind of Nature and nullifying, neglecting all of the damage coming from the side of Onic Esports. CW and Sans were unable to deal any sorts of damage, and that's Rrq with a 9,000 gold lead, about to be at 10,000.
Insane. And honestly, at this moment, at this point, does Onic Esports have an answer for this? But wait a minute, it seems like Boots will be caught in a bad situation. I'm a better disconnect on him, and unfortunately, he will be taken off the grid. But Keyboy now goes in very aggressively into the hands of Rrq Hoshi. And now, what will happen? Because the damage will be just off the grid here, Mirko.
Oh my god, Albert still now going in with 1 HP. Vin goes into the backside. Will be able to connect onto the IMFN, and San's gonna get taken down. Rrq looking for more. Sin looking for the kills on the Keyboy. Not able to get it down, but this is only gonna be the inhibitor turret taken down. Onic Esports with 3 members down with an airstrike as well. The base is gonna be the target, but look at Durian still able to buy some time as Keyboy goes in. Winner's Truncheon has been used by Albert to buy a little bit more time, but it's gonna be a lot of damage placed, and Keyboy is gonna be able to buy some time right now. And actually, the defense will not be enough as Rrq will take game number 3, bringing it to the 4th game in the series. Best of 7.
Wow, finally Rrq Hoshi showing their fangs, guys, in game number 3. And now it is going to be a 2-for-1, maybe taking it to, honestly, maybe it will be the 7th game at this stage, as Rrq Hoshi are really pushing up the tempo once again. But I'm sure, Arashi, you have some thoughts on that previous game.
Well, there was that really costly mistake at 1 minute and 30 seconds where Albert got picked off, but at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Rrq